Hi, I'm attorney Aaron J. Boria, and today I'm going to be talking to you about driver's license restoration for people who have obtained 2 or more driving under the influence offenses within a 7-year period, and how to get you back on the road. The Secretary of State has deemed anyone who's obtained 2 or more drug or alcohol driving offenses within a 7-year period as a habitual offender. As a result, one of the penalties is that your license is revoked. This is different from having a restricted or a suspended license because a revoked license does not get reinstated once you pay a fine and a period of time has gone by. Instead, in order to get a revoked license reinstated, you have to jump through a whole lot of hoops, and I'm going to explain those to you. Michigan law states that you must be able to prove by clear and convincing evidence that you have abstained from all alcohol and drugs for at least a year and that you will never use alcohol or drugs again for as long as you live. In order to meet your burden of proof, you will have to provide a substance abuse evaluation, an 8-page affidavit, a minimum of 3 support letters, a 10-panel drug screen, and any other support. Once you and your lawyer have gone through all these documents and made sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, your lawyer will submit them to the Secretary of State in order to receive a hearing date. This takes probably between 4 to 6 weeks. You will then get a hearing date that will probably provide you around 2 to 3 weeks of notice. At my office, I sit down with my clients and I provide them with a mock hearing. I take them through all the questions that they should expect to be asked by the hearing officer so that they don't get in there and they don't have any surprises. We've been doing this for quite some time and we can pretty much predict every question our clients will be asked. At the hearing, you'll be sworn in and everything will be recorded, sort of like you're in court. You'll be asked questions about your sobriety date, how long you've been sober, if you've had a drink since your sobriety date. You'll be asked questions about your prior drinking and driving offenses, where you were, who you were with, why you were pulled over, what was your blood alcohol level or what drug was in your system, what was your penalty, and did you successfully complete probation or not. There'll be a series of other questions you'll be asked as well, but in a nutshell, remember, at the end of the day, the burden is on you to show by clear and convincing evidence that you are not drinking, you have not drank for at least a year, and that it is your intention to never ever drink again. And I say drinking, but this would also mean drugs if your cases were for driving on drugs. In some cases, a full license will be granted. However, that is fairly rare. In most cases, what will happen is you will be granted a restricted license where you will be able to drive during a certain period of time or drive during any period of time but to restricted locations, and you'll have to have a blood alcohol ignition interlock device installed on your car, or a BAIID. Sometimes they call it a smart start because that's one of the companies that issue it. But nonetheless, this is the type of device that gets installed on your car. You have to blow into the device when you go to start your car, and then the device will randomly prompt you to blow into it while you're driving to make sure that you haven't been drinking. No, the device does not shut the car off in the middle of a drive if it somehow detects alcohol or falsely detects alcohol. If you are successful at your hearing and an interlock device is ordered, the blow and go on your car, then for the next year, you'll drive with that device, as long as you don't have any missed rolling retests, meaning that the machine prompted you to blow and you missed it, and as long as you don't have any dirty blows where you blow into the machine and it detects alcohol, then you'll be eligible for another hearing a year later. At that hearing, you'll provide the same information as last time: an affidavit, a substance abuse evaluation, a minimum of 3 letters of support, and a 10-panel drug screen. You'll also have to testify again. In addition to those documents, you'll provide the report created by your blow and go. And again, as long as there are no hiccups in it, then at that point you should be granted a full license. There are some cases where you will be granted a full license right off the bat, but in those cases, the people generally have a sobriety date that is well documented for quite some time, years. I'm attorney Aaron J. Boria, and I handle driver's license restoration cases for people all over the state of Michigan and for people who were originally licensed in Michigan, got DUIs, their license was revoked, and then they moved out of state. If your license has been revoked for drinking and driving offenses or substance abuse offenses, call me, 734-453-7806, or shoot me an email at Boria, B-O-R-I-A, law@gmail.com. That's borialaw@gmail.com. I am happy to help you get back on the road. My success rate is probably better than any other driver's license restoration lawyer in Michigan. So if you mean business and you're sick and tired of bumming rides, walking around, and taking our ridiculously pathetic public transportation system, call me today. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any other questions, give me a call.